visit where Chris Taylor, our director, saw Antino for the first time. Sitting here you have Vincent Combs, our chief geologist, again Chris Taylor, Colin Padgett, our CEO, and Katie McKenzie, our vice president of corporate development. And we just wanted to sit down and have a little chat about what we saw and what we're excited about moving forward. So I'll pass it over to Colin and go from there.
It's an easy first question. Chris, what did you think?
I don't know. That was awesome. It was a great trip, and I just wanted to thank you guys for taking me around. And I had a lot of fun on the ATV yesterday, looking at all these sort of artisanal operations. That was pretty awesome. And I have to say, very impressed with the operation that you guys have running. Like, that is a camp where everybody's very happy. There's a lot of good work being done. And I have to say, probably the best camp that I've ever been to on a project like this. So congratulations to you guys.
Oh, thanks very much. We're very, very proud of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I guess, like, looking at the different zones and the geology and all of that, what was your takeaway, big picture, I guess?
Well, you know, it's funny because it's well, because of you guys, but it's because of this guy that I'm here. And you know, some of the ideas that Vincent's been coming up with, and I've been dealing with your entire team as well. You know, Pascal, I sat down and had some drinks. It was non-alcoholic. I'm going to specify that. So we had some drinks maybe about a week ago now, and we were going over all that discussion. And man, it's fantastic. But some of the ideas that you guys have been developing, and some of these theories that Vincent has been developing on the project, like, I'm sure you're going to be finding a lot of stuff this year, like, based on that. So the overall, like, structural controls, like the way that these, like, shear zones are mineralized, like you know, we've been looking at all these intrusions, like, all over the project, and there's really a strong correlation between multiple gold zones and that structural picture that's emerging. So I'm very impressed with that work, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a great year for you guys, or for us. For us, I guess. Yeah.
I think I actually I got a big part of that as well from this trip. Like, we talk about, you know, Vincent's model and Pascal, and it's a big technical discussion, but actually, like, being on site, having Vincent go through it with you, and then having it repeated. As you go to all of these different areas, to some of the new stuff, and seeing the same things over and over again, and having that same discussion really kind of shows that there is a model, and the testing of it is starting to prove out.
It's amazing. Like, given the fact that you've got all these zones, you've got all this really nice drilling. Like, I came to the project kind of expecting that you kind of knew what was going on, and I walk away like, I don't even know where the center of the mineralized system is. Like, I don't know what the total scale is going to be yet, because, like, you're just kind of getting started. And I think that's what really hit me. That was the surprise for me coming down, is that it's really early days still on the founder's story. And Antino's, like, it's sort of a corner of Suriname that's had a lot of historical small-scale mining from all these different zones, and it's just now getting this sort of modern science for the first time, and it's amazing. I think I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out, because, you know, again, it's really early days.
Yeah, and that's our 2025 plan in general, is focusing on the exploration and now using this list of criteria that seems to be working quite well, and testing as many of these other targets out and around that we have. And with the historical work, there's quite a few of them that look exciting, and then there's all of the stuff to the east, to the south. There's quite a bit to test.
Pretty wild.
And, lots of drills going. So.
Vincent, what's your favorite target on the project?
I would say Lawa. Because of the scale.
Yeah, it was impressive.
What about Upper Antino, Royal, and Donut, and all of that?
Well, it's still open to check, like, all the fault closures to the north. So we still, like, a lot of rows of, like, the long strike and others.
Yeah. You can see that. Yeah.
Building that out. And Lower Antino is our newest thing.
It's lower grade but bigger volume, so it's really a very good target.
Yeah. That was, I was telling you guys earlier, that was one of our interesting things at Great Bear, was that combination in the project of both the high grades and the big volume stuff. And, you know, I guess that's up to you to communicate to shareholders how that's exciting to have both possibilities, you know, right beside each other.
Yeah, that,
Sometimes within each other.
sometimes we think
Exactly.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's that, and it's the scale of it outside of Uprentina. It's only recently that whenever people come to site, they see it. Because it's really easy when you're on the ground, but a lot of our marketing material, our drilling, our work is focused on Uprentina, and realizing that's just one little box inside of what is a really big property.
Yeah.
With a whole lot more boxes in the future, we think is exciting.
Well, do I get to ask some questions to you guys now?
You do, yes.
So, like, I have to say, I'm like really impressed with Suriname. Like, it's a very interesting place. Like, we had a good dinner last night. We were talking. There's probably 20 different languages spoken in the country. So all these different groups of people that have come here over time, you know. But you know, I think like looking at what's going on here and looking at the appreciation for the scope of all this gold mineralization in the Guyana Shield, right? Like it's like this big area that's just not seen any real modern work over huge hundreds and hundreds of square kilometers. So I would anticipate, like based on what I'm seeing, there's going to be a lot more people like us showing up in the capital like over the next coming months. And you know, if I were a major gold mining company looking at places that could become a major focus of activity, I think this would be pretty high on my list.
Yeah, I mean, we see that interest. I mean, there's been a lot of people approach us, both for information or just some insight of the area on the junior or smaller scale side of things. But
Yeah,
the major corporate interest has been pretty high. So
well, I know the B2 guys are very happy with what you're doing.
they're quite happy.
So I had some interesting follow-up meetings after that announcement. Yeah.
No, we've been really happy to have them come on board. And, I mean, Andy, their VPX has been
Oh yeah.
big
It's
champion. of
cool,
Square.
right? Yeah.
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 So,
Yeah.
Anything else you should?
Anyway, but yeah, I mean, thanks for having me. This was a great trip. I mean, it's a few days. I look forward to coming back and seeing how things are going. Like with the drills setup that you've got, like the fact that you're doing all your own drilling makes it super easy to be able to hit all these targets that are coming out of this man's mind, Pascal's mind as well. So I look forward to seeing how all that goes. And you know, I feel privileged because I'm on the inside track.
No, we're really excited about it. There's a big list to test, and we've got another new drill starting in January, so lots of capacity to do it. So yeah, enjoyed doing a bunch of it.
Cool. Well, thanks guys. It was a great trip.